So let's go back to 2021. I was looking for a dinosaur game to play on my computer. My computer only could run old dinosaur games, so I was looking for an old dino game. And I found a dinosaur game that I have never heard or seen anything about it. And then I ignored it and played Trespasser Jurassic Park. And then after I played the full game of Trespasser, I went back to that website and saw that game again. And I decided to download it and see what the heck that dinosaur game is about. What is ParaWorld? ParaWorld is a real-time strategy game released by the company SEK, also known as... They are a German company, that's why the name is like that. This company was created in 1998 and they released their first game in 2001 called Zygos, The Myth of Fenris. And in 2006 they released their second game, ParaWorld, which killed the company. ParaWorld was a too expensive game to make and it only sold 100,000 units, so they didn't get their money back. Most of the reviews for the game said that the game was mid and was considered commercially unsuccessful. After that they released another version of the game, but it was the same game, but it had a few little things. It didn't change the overall game experience, it was basically the same game. And in 2012 the company closed, only 1 year after ParaWorld released. I think it's pretty funny, that's how we started talking about this game. Let's talk about how it killed his own company. The game has two options to be played. You can start with the campaign or play the skirmish mode. The skirmish mode is where you can kinda create a lobby to play 3 different matches of the game. Deathmatch, Domination and Defender. Deathmatch you need to kill the other players, Domination you need to dominate all the areas of the map, and Defender you need to build a base and defend them from all the other units. It's kinda self-explanatory. The gameplay itself is simple. You need first to choose between 3 factions of the game. The Norsemen, the Striders, and the Dragon Clan. Which doesn't have a dragon, unfortunately. That would be so cool. After choosing your clan, then go to the gameplay, which is simple. You need to find resources like wood, stone and food to create buildings and upgrades, and to upgrade your unit you need skulls that you get by defeating enemies. If you start playing by the campaign mode, then the first clan that you are introduced is the Norsemen. They are native of the Northlands and Iceways and they are based on Vikings in the medieval area. They are mainly focused on defense and raw strength. Each clan is based on a different culture. You can notice that by the design of the buildings, the character itself, and also the soundtrack, which each clan has a different type of soundtrack. It really makes each clan unique. Also, one thing that is unique to each clan are their creatures. For example, this one likes to use Cenozoic creatures like the mammoth or the woolly rhino. And each clan has a titan dino. It's either a big dino or a regular dino but really big. On the Norseman case, is the Triceratops Titan. The Titans are one of the last... No, they are the last thing to be unlocked by the players. The Norsemen also have a variety of different vehicles on water and some on land. The second clan is the Dust Riders, the best one, because they are the Dino clan. They are native to the savannah and are based on African nomads. Different than the Dust Riders, they have little armor, you can notice that by the designs of the humans there. And they don't have any vehicles, instead they focus on using creatures. That's why I think they're the best, because they're the coolest to play, because you're gonna have a bunch of different dinos on your army. And their titan is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And for the last we have the Dragon Clan, natives of the jungle. They are kind of based of Japanese and Chinese, and they use freaking fire weapons on the dinosaurs. It's also cool that you can notice the different style of weapons for each clan. The Norsemen, they have the usual sword and axes. The Dust Riders have the bow and spear because they most of the time they use the creatures, and the Dragon Clan has fire weapons that you can either just have a fire weapon or you can put a fire weapon on like the Parasaurolophus, which is really cool. And as for their Titan, they have the Seismosaurs. Now let's talk about the gameplay. After you choose your clan, you start to get some resources to build your base and then your army. The system used here for create your army is very interesting. Each unit that you have spawns in a certain level, and you need to organize which ones are going to be on the top and the ones on the bottom. Some of them can only be on the top. This is important because there are some characters that if they are on the top, they unlock new abilities and some don't, so you really need to choose who you want to be on the top and who you don't. When you level up some character, it restores the health, so what I like to do is wait for this character that I want to level up to get low on health, then I'm going to level up, so he's gonna restore the full health. You can build defenses to protect your base, like traps, smoke towers, mine bombs on the water so they can't go from behind and make a surprise attack on you. And you can also recruit heroes, which are the characters from the campaign. The graphics, they're not bad, like for a 2006 game, they're not bad, I would say they look fine. One of the things that I like is the camera, because you can have the regular camera view where it's like from the sky, but you can also lower the camera and see like the ground view, and I think that's really cool. That is really fun to do when you are on like a battle, it's really fun to see them like that. Now for the sounds and soundtracks, if you click on the character, he's gonna say something, and if you keep clicking again, he will have different voice lines. There are some ones that I think are really cool dialogue, there are some funny ones, there's some weird ones, and there's one character specifically that I don't know why they chose to do that.
Not too many men in an Amazon society. Not even enough for a decent game of poker. Still, it does have some advantages.
Where's the fight? An Allosaurus is a bipedal carnivore. That means a two-legged meat eater. Just like me. That's why we get along so well. Right, Tiny? Intro ready! Intro ready! Intro ready! Never ever confuse me with a friggin' Stegosaurus! Friendly business! What's it feel like? Kinda like riding a cactus.
As you wish. Get to the point. Is that you, Cole? Darling. Oh, it's someone else. Hello. I'm a bad girl. Wouldn't you like to punish me? Come on. I've earned it.
Why did they put that on my dinosaur army game? The dinosaur sounds are fine. I really like the Trike and the Rex. The Trike and the Rex, they kind of have a bit of the same roar, but with just some little changes there. And they are the only dinosaur sounds that I actually remember from the game, so they're the only good ones for me, the others are just sounds. Now for the soundtrack, ooh, masterpiece, oh no, the soundtrack is incredible. The menu music is definitely my favorite, it's also the main theme of the game, and one really cool thing is that each clan has their own music and they are really different from each one, and you have like the regular music that we'll be playing and the battle music for each one, which is really good, and it really helps the combat because it's kind of hypes up the player for the combat. It can make the battle feel more epic or even dramatic depending on what they're fighting. I'm gonna put here some of the music that I like here so you guys can hear it. recommend everyone playing the campaign first because you have some different missions along the way, so the levels don't feel are really the same. Like for example, you have some missions that you need to kill a bunch of guys and you already have a set of 10 people there, so you don't need to build a base or build something to get more units. No, you just have those like 5 guys and you need to deal with them with the whole for the whole mission. But sometimes, especially on the end of the game, the campaign, even on the low difficulty, can be hard and long. It's really long. So now let's finally talk about the lore of the game. Oh god. So I was trying to find all the cutscenes so I could watch and like talk about the story here, but there's almost a full 1 hour of cutscenes and I could not find them on English. So I can make a whole separate video just talking about the lore like in details if you guys want. We begin with a group of scientists that discover a parallel world, well, that's the name of that game, where old civilizations and creatures live together. The biologist Stina Homeland, the geologist Anthony Cole, and the physicist Bella Andreas all found different pieces that prove that the parallel world exists. So they go to the scientist Jarvis Babbitt to convince him that this world exists and they need to go there to study and discover it more. Basically, the scientist is evil and he doesn't want people to know about the parallel world, so he takes them to an island. And how did they get on the island? By a plane, dropping down from a box. Yeah, they go to the plane, then inside of the plane they enter a box, and then the box gets thrown out of the plane. Because for some reason they couldn't just land the plane, they do that and then everyone is fine. So while they're on the island, they discover that the scientist wants to kill them, so they try to escape it by a ship, but then the ship sinks and everyone goes to the parallel world. Our antagonists are known as the Cs, Society of the Exact Alternative Science. They have their own style of units, they have some robots and some triceratops there. Most of the time you're going to see the robots, but you cannot play with them. They are only the antagonists of the campaign mode. And that's how the story begins. Along the way you meet new characters, like one that is based on Nikola Tesla, which I found really fun. There's also another one based on Charles Darwin. Good guys join with more good guys, form armies, destroy bad guys, and get back home. That's the short version of the lore of the game. That's basically it. At some point some guy kind of like starts controlling big rock statues and we need to fight the statues, but only using the main characters, not the dinosaurs. The lore of this game goes crazy. It's so out there. Yeah, for the campaign the dialogue of the characters can be really weird and strange. Like there's some good dialogues I do not understand why did they choose to put that on the game. Like there's no need for that. But are the characters good? Nah, they're just fine. Yeah, they're just fine. It's because you have some really weird dialogues and choice of characters here. And also, yeah, they're scientists, biologists, geologists. Yeah, that doesn't matter. When they get to the freaking world, the ParaWorld, it just doesn't matter. They just... it doesn't matter. Then I don't think they even try to study anything there. They just try to find a way out and then kill everything on the process that is on their way. Now for the bad things. The AI can be very dumb at sometimes. Like, for example, the workers. When I tell them to kill a dino and get the meat of the dino, they get the meat of the dino, and then instead of already going and killing the next dino to get more meat, they just don't do anything. And then, here's the thing, there are times that they do. They go there and kill the dino and get the meat, and there are times that they don't do anything. It's obvious that that wasn't supposed to happen. He was supposed to go there and kill the other dinos, but they just don't do that. And also, of course, they're going to choose to go to the path that has a freaking Allosaurus instead of the one that doesn't have any dinos that are going to try and kill them, of course. Yeah, also the cutscenes, they can be really weird because of the animation, like especially the face. The face is the thing that is kind of weird. Also, when you have a bunch of units attacking something, there is sometimes that like you will have like 20 units attacking, there will be like 2 that will do nothing. They will just stay there for some reason. I also know that people that played the more of the skirmish mode, they say that the game is kinda gets boring sometimes. I I only played the campaign first, and then I didn't play the skirmish mode because I really like the campaign. But because the campaign is really, really long, so it's already enough for me. So I only played the campaign in 2021, and now in 2024 I play the skirmish mode, and it's fun. I play on the deathmatch. I don't think the domination mode is really interesting that much. The defense one is interesting, but I prefer building units and then killing everything. That's the more fun of it. It's a strategy game where you build a dinosaur army or Cenozoic creatures or both depending on the clan that you choose, or even fire weapons. So like, it is so much fun to play this game and it's so entertaining. And then you have the campaign that I really like because it's so crazy, the campaign. There's some weird stuff there and crazy stuff that is really fun. I still never heard anybody talks about this game. The only things that I see about this game is when I search for it. Because if I had never went to the website to see old dinosaur games, I would never have heard about this game. No one talks about this game. I noticed that some YouTubers play the soundtrack of the game on the background of some videos, but that was it. I never heard of anything about this game. I didn't find too many reviews of the time that the game was released, but the ones that I found said that the game was just mid. Like, none really said that the game was bad, neither that it was really good, just like it was okay. So why was the game forgotten? So I did a bit of research here, and for the people that play this style of strategy game, ParaWorld is not unique. It doesn't have anything that really makes it different for, like, speaking of people that play strategy game. So it doesn't provide anything unique. The story is crazy, but it's not like really well done with really good characters. No, it's like, it's sometimes like stupid fun. So for a strategy game, this is not unique. The story is okay-ish, and the gameplay itself is okay. Like, if you like dinosaurs like me, then okay, then it's a really good game because dinosaurs, you put a freaking weapon on the Parasaurolophus, of course it's awesome. But if you don't like dinosaurs, then you probably won't even care about the game. And most of the dino fans also don't care because most of the dinosaur fans that play games, they like there's three dinosaur simulators. Basically, Dino Crisis, you have a gun, shoot dinosaurs, and then park buildings. And that's one of the reasons why I really like ParaWorld is because it doesn't fit on this tree. It's really different, and the only strategy game that has dinosaurs that I know is Chaos Island from Jurassic Park. But yeah, Chaos Island too, nobody talks about the game. So I don't think the dinosaur fans really like strategy games with dinosaurs. So I think that's the reason. It's not a unique strategy game, and the majority of dinosaur fans don't like this type of game. I think that's the reason why this game was forgotten. I personally really like it. I would recommend it, especially for dinosaur fans, because it's really different than other dinosaur games. I think it's good. I don't play any other type of strategy game, so for me this game is quite unique. So I would recommend, if you want to download it piracy, yeah, but that's the only way you can. But it's really easy to find it online. You can find there, ParaWorld, download there, and you'll probably find it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video. Goodbye!